Join me today while I set up my lettuce grow stand here in my garage that's been kind of like on standby for way too long. It's a great resource of lighting, which you can see, but now I'm ready to throw some plant seedlings on it and watch them grow. And I thought it would be fun to share how I set it up with you. Stay tuned. I just got my seedlings from Lettuce Grow. Box looks like. So the Lettuce Grow company has these lovely box that they send you when you order their seedlings. Something that's new is they created these cute little tags. If you're not into cuteness, let's just move on. I'm into cuteness, okay? This is a box of seedlings. On the front, it's got Italian parsley, lunchbox peppers, romaine, and red leaf lettuce and romaine labeled on the package. And then of course it has corresponding things. If you're not really great at plant identifying and keeping track, they are here to help you. Awesome lighting option, but you can also order the stand without the lights. So the lighting is absolutely necessary here, but if you live somewhere like Arizona, Southern California, where you get massive amounts of sunshine, you might not need the grow lights, and you could sit it by a window or on your patio. A little bit closer to the stand, and then I will show you how all of this works. I brought the tower over here so that I could put the garden hose in the very bottom and water it, like you can see here, and I put my scoops of fertilizer in there. You can get them from Lettuce Grow Company, and they tell you the exact measurements on how to do that with these little, how do we do this, like that, these little things that come with it. And you just take the seedling pods and put right in there. While this is filling up, while this is filling up with water, I'm gonna go ahead and start unboxing the seedlings and putting them in the container. They come FedEx pretty quickly. And this is a cherry tomato plant. The reason I'm going to put it at the bottom is so that it's a vine. So anything that's going to vine, I'm going to hang it at the bottom. Things like lettuces, we're going to put them at the top. Anything that's going to be short, I'm going to put it at the top. Just sticking them firmly down into the holes of the little container. And then also I am going to pay attention right now and make sure that my water tank doesn't overfill. But now you can see how those cute little seedlings, aren't they cute? Look at the roots, very well developed. I'm going to go right here in the holes. So before I go any further with putting on the seedlings, I wanted to kind of think about my water setup. These timers are excellent. I think you can order these from Lettuce Grow. In the beginning, what I've learned, you don't, like the instruction's gonna tell you to do one thing for the timing, but when the seedlings are still baby, you don't have to water it as intensely as you need to water it later on as the plants grow bigger. So I'm gonna do a 15-minute watering like in the morning, probably midday, and then a 15-minute watering in the evening when they're tiny babies like this. As they get bigger and fuller plants, then we'll increase 15 minutes of watering per every couple of hours. So just in the beginning, only twice or 3 times a day do you need to really water the seedlings. My own experience, I can't remember what the instruction booklet says, and you can time your watering, and the same thing goes for the lighting. You can put your timer for your lighting to come on when you want it to and when you want it to go off. I didn't fill the bottom fully up right now. When you fill the bottom up, it gets super heavy. You cannot pick it up. The bottom of it is just so huge. So I have the stand on a plant stand that you can roll around. Ultimately, like right now, we are building a greenhouse on the other side of that faux wall that you see there. And that's gonna be a sliding barn door, and I'm going to put this plant stand in my greenhouse when the greenhouse is constructed. So that's why I only fill the water up to about here on the plant stand for now, so that it's not hard to move. in the next few weeks when I can take that outside. Pump in the bottom and goes up, that takes the water up to the top and it spews it out the top and then evenly distributes the water down the edges, and that's how it gets into the roots. It's just such a cool system. I love the way it looks. I love the way it sounds. And I think that if you have the space in a room or a kitchen or a hallway or a foyer or something or a sunroom, that this is a great element to add. Instead of having to buy like a waterfall element for your house, you could just get one of these and it would be a really cool addition. All right, I'm gonna continue to load the plants in the stand if you wanna watch. Okay, let's see if the water system is going to work correctly. Let's roll this out so that you can see the hole where the wires can come out. See this hole right here? And this is all well explained in your instructions when you order a lettuce grow stand. But you can put the water, the fertilizing element in here. There's a top that goes over it, and it's well equipped for your lighting as well as your water. Who's here? Let me go see who's here. Okay, that was my one of my elderly neighbors dropping off a plant. How cool was that? Okay, so I was showing you this hole here where the cords come out for the power, and you can put the timer on the power and you can put the timer on your watering. And I'm just going to reduce the watering down to very minimal for the first week or so. It's just really not that important for it to be watered too much. All right, I'm just gonna plug this in. Let's get this closer. Uh-oh. Let me get this closer now so I can do that. And let's plug it in on the thing. Right now, okie doke. Can you hear that? Hopefully you can hear it. I just wanted to turn it on real quick to make sure that it works, and it does. And so now I'll continue to fill in all of the things. Ultimately, I'm going to have both plant stands back in action, but right now I'm just gonna set up the one plant stand because I have a retreat starting today. It's called the Get After It Women's Ocean Retreat, and it's hosted by my friend Annie and myself. Annie is a phenomenal surfer. She's a big wave surfer. She's an educator, and we teach women how to read the ocean, how to assess water and ocean safety, how to make a plan. So if you're planning to paddle out, kind of knowing where to look. Just a lot of ocean awareness and education, as well as safety and fun. And we have 6 women per retreat, and that is kind of the maximum. So if you're looking for anything like that, we have another one in August going down, but they arrive today at 6 and I feed them dinner, and I'm really like the logistics and the chef of the retreat for that one. Notice how I'm just taking the seed pods and I'm just putting them in there. You may get 1 or 2 out of your batch that you order that just doesn't survive. But overall, I've had really great success with this company. They know what they're doing, and I wouldn't continue to buy from them if they weren't great. We just needed to get them out of the packaging, under the grow lights, and their roots protected and watered. Yay, look at what we got. I'm super excited. All right, that's all of the seedlings. I'm gonna douse the seedlings with some water. Let that run for a little bit. You can hear it. I want to get their seedlings coated in that nutritious, mineral and nutrient rich water that I have in the stand. We've had a successful setup, and thanks for hanging out with me. And I love sharing some of the stuff I do here. Sometimes people need a little bit more information, or they're just not sure about it. And I really love sharing what I love. I love sharing good products or good methods and things. So Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'm Tarish. I'm at Waves Reiki Retreat Center in Washington, in the United States, and I'll see you in the next video.